What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to talk about AMC, GME as well as the broader market. So today AMC was down for 0.62% for the day. It had a high of $16.13 in the pre-market, and as the market opened everything started going down. The average volume on AMC is around 52.34 million, but today's volume was around 106.98 million. That was more than the double of the average volume that came in AMC. Now, the only problem that came in is that the overall broader market was not supporting these two stocks in order to go into the upward momentum. Now, I personally believe the market maker don't like AMC and GME because their big short positions have been stuck in these two stocks, and there is no other way out of it by closing them, which will create some sort of a significant upward momentum into these two stocks, can create a short squeeze which can liquidate a lot of big hedge funds out there. That's why these market makers try to create a negative day, a down day every time there is a spike in AMC. Now, what happened with AMC? We have the movie release of Maverick. It's making a big numbers on the box office. That created a quite a lot of interest in AMC stock from the retail investors. There was a huge volume coming in from the morning itself in AMC, and the market maker didn't want it AMC to go up. That's why they bring down the overall broader market. The SPY didn't give any kind of a significant pump towards the upside because we were expecting that the SPY will have a pretty good momentum at least for a week to the upside. There was no big major news out there. Still, the SPY went down a slight bit. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now GameStop was down for 9.09% for the day. It had a high of $139.93. So you can imagine the kind of volatility we have in GameStop. That is unimaginable. The market open, this price was 139.93, and at the close it's around $124.74. That's a pretty big gap that's coming between the price. Now the average volume on GameStop is around 5.01 million, but today's volume was around 4.77 million, which was slight bit lower than the average volume. Now tomorrow we are having the earnings for the GameStop. Now I know that the earning doesn't goes pretty well for the GameStop, but you never know. There might be some catalyst, there might be some beats in the number, and then we might experience some sort of a upward momentum coming into the GameStop. But I know that we might get a miss on GameStop and we might go to the downside. But the retail is soon gonna buy back those downside onto the GameStop. Now GameStop is the ultimate stock out there which has higher potential to have a pretty big squeeze to the upside. But like I said, the market maker doesn't like these two stocks. Every time there is any big news coming out of these two companies, the overall broader market is going to have a sell off. Now the SPY was meant to be going up today. Now the SPY was down for 0.56% for the day. It had a high of $416.46. Now as the market opened, everything started going down before we were expecting last week, just before the long weekend. And this is going to be a pretty strong bear market rally because we have been in a downtrend since last 7 weeks, and we thought we almost found a bottom. I personally believe we are still going to go up from here onwards. Now I personally believe once the news settle down a little bit on AMC, then we're going to have some sort of a upward momentum coming into the overall broader markets and the overall broader stocks. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Today these whales were coming in and they were buying call option. There was one of the $90 put, but the big ones were on to the upside and they are all betting that the AMC is going to go up from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium and see what exactly the mini retail and the mini whales are doing, majority of them were on to the downside. These $14 put option that came in today is not at all a good sign for the stock. I know that we had a slight bit of run up that came in AMC from the $9 mark to almost $16 today, and there was a sell off straight away after that happened. But today we got a lot of put option. That's a $14 put option that these individuals are buying, and they are all betting that the AMC will keep going down from here onwards. Rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the AMC. Now let's come over to the options flow for the GameStop. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of them whales are onto the downside and they are all betting that the GameStop will go down from here onwards. Now we have the earnings for GameStop tomorrow. Let's see, hope for the best. There were these call buying that was also happening right at the market close. But you never know. This is going to be very interesting tomorrow. If there is any kind of a big news that came out of GameStop, I'm pretty sure they're going to be some sort of a significant upward momentum coming into the GameStop. Now when I bring down the premium and see what exactly the small whale and the retail is doing, again majority of them are onto the upside. They are all betting that the GME is going to go up from here onwards. There were quite a bit of put buying as well, but there is a pretty bullish flow that is coming into the GameStop right now. Now when I bring up the put to call ratio, yes, definitely the call side is 52%, put side is 48%. The volume on the call side is almost around 65.8%, and the premium is high on the put side. That's interesting. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the GameStop. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now I have increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now majority of the whales are on to the downside. They are still betting huge amount of money that the SPY will keep going down from here onwards. But right at the market close and just before at the market close, there were quite a bit of call buying that was happening into the SPY. Now in my personal opinion, I personally believe as well that we are going to go up from here onwards. It's just because of the AMC drama that happened today. We had a little bit of downtrend, or else we would have been a pretty good green day today. We will have a green day tomorrow as well, but it might not be that significant as we would be expecting, but there will be some sort of a upside coming into the SPY. Now there was this one bet that came in which was extremely suspicious. This was this $400 put option that's going to expire in 198 days. This individual is buying 20,600 contracts and he's paying 49.3 million for it, and he's betting that the SPY is going to keep going down from here onwards. Now we have no idea why this individual is placing this kind of a bet. There is no news out there which can create some sort of a significant downtrend onto the SPY. But there were another bet that was out there. There was this $385 put option that's going to expire in 107 days, and these are 19,000 contract this individual is buying, and he's paying $23.8 million for it. There was this $400 put option as well, but it got cancelled at the last moment, and he was paying $50.3 million for it, and he was buying 21,000 contracts. Now these two trades were extremely suspicious, and they are betting a huge amount of money to the downside of the SPY. But now the main thing about these trades are these are the big leap put option. They have a lot of time. Now we know that's for sure that we are going towards the downside on the SPY no matter what happened in the economy, whatever the Fed does. We are going to go to the downside. We are going to experience some sort of a recession coming in the near future. But I personally believe we are going to experience some sort of a uptrend coming into the SPY from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a slight bit and see what exactly the retail is doing, now, majority of them again are onto the downside, but there were quite a bit of call buying that was also happening into the SPY, which is a pretty good sign for the overall stock market. Now, when I bring up the put to call ratio, the call side is 46%, the put side is 54%. The volume on the put side is very heavy as compared to the call side. The premium are pretty high on the call side, and the rest there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the SPY. Hope so you like my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.